Okay, so we got toString written for the WordList class. Now, you could do this in a much shorter way. It's not the AP exam way to do it, but I'm not going to hide code from you, and definitely many of you would figure this out throughout the year. We could make this quite a bit shorter. Again, this is the textbook way to do it. We just did with that little for loop. But you could also do it by using that arrays class toString method. Remember the arrays class toString method. Return arrays.toString and then give it the name of the array, my list. I don't care how you do it. Okay, I don't care how you do it. This does take some practice though, right? The for loop going through the array is something you do every day in Coding Bat, right? You've done it 3 times in Coding Bat and several times in class. You'll do much more Coding Bats with it too. You'll get used to that probably before you get used to in this. But I'm not going to hide stuff from you. That does work. It requires the import java.util.star or java.util.arrays. Same one as for scanner. And of course, that will make it even nicer, won't it? That's got the square brackets around it and commas and spaces. So I'm not going to be doing it that way usually, but for test purposes, for testing code, it's a quick way to test your code maybe. Okay, we're going to add some more code now to our driver. We're going to use that, call a getWord method. Let's see what that looks like. Over in my driver, I've got the statement out.println w1.getWord1. So getWord will return a word at a certain position, at a certain index. So in this example, position 1 is the word ant, so this line should display an ant. Okay? When you write classes, when you see classes, the instance fields go on top, then constructors, and then your methods. And the toString method, on the AP exam at least, is always a method that goes last. So between the constructors and the toString method, we put the rest of our methods, including getWord. I'll call my parameter POS for position and return my list of position POS. So if we're good, we'll see an ant, A-N-T, on the screen. And we do. So just a one-line method, return my list of whatever you called the parameter variable. Let's do one more, then I'll pause and walk around some more. Okay, let's do one more little method. Let's see what we have next to add to our class. Let's add a method called shortest length. That will also be ant in this case, because that's the string inside our word list with the shortest length. But we have to go through and find it. So I'll put this right below getWord, right above toString, a method called shortest length. So it's public because our driver, our tester, can get to it. Public access. The return type. Well, what did I say it returns? The string ant. So it returns a string. The name, shortest length. Named using the usual format. Starts off lowercase letter. And the new word starts with a capital, uppercase, in this case L. Does it get any parameters? Does it get something? Well, I don't know. Let's go look in the tester and see what it gave it. It gave it nothing. The parentheses are empty. So nothing goes in the parentheses. All right. So kind of like the toString method, it's going to create, build, and return a string. See it? It's going to create. I'm going to steal that code. It's going to build. Not exactly like this, but we'll take it anyway for now. And then it's going to return it. All because I know the return type is string. Okay. It will still loop through the string array called myList, but now it's looking for something. It's looking for the string, the word with the shortest length. Hello is 5, ant is 3, 4 is 4, and school is 6. So it should return the string ant. Okay. Several ways to do this. You need to keep track of the shortest words you found so far. So I'm going to change my name from S to shortest, just so I know what that variable is doing, and if somebody needs to help me to complete this, they'll know right away what I'm talking about. Shortest must be the shortest word. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just initialize it to something. I'm going to initialize it to the first string in the array, my list of 0. Now, I could still start at position 0 and compare it to that one, but I've already got it stored, so I'll start at 1. And each time I'll compare the string at this index position I to what's stored in shortest. So if my list of position I is less than shortest, then we found something shorter than shortest. Let's store my list of I in shortest. Okay. What makes it the shortest? I saw this error several times in 0 periods. I committed on purpose this morning in period 1. This was the error. If kids made an error in period 0, this was the most common error they made. They were comparing this string, right? This is a string, and this is a string. Well, you can't use a less than operator with strings. What you want to do is compare, of course, the length of these guys' strings. Again, that was the most common error walking around the room in 0 period that I saw. And that's good. Those kids discovered the problem, fixed it themselves, most of them, and got going. Let's make sure this works. And it's displaying ant as the shortest word. Okay.